UK EU edition. And like, man, did you guys F up that UK Brexit crap? Because now I have to do UK EU edition, which is a pain in my ass because I should just be doing the EU edition because you're all still in the EU. But you guys have British summertime too, and that doesn't smell of colonialism or anything. So, all right. So, but I love the UK, and we are here for that, and here for everybody around the world. But this is the evening time in that part of the world, and that's why we're beaming this out there right now. So, here we go. Let's pay a bill. So, if you want to support me, go to my profile, pay me $5, $10, $15 a month. If you want to do $500 a month, I'll give you my bank account number, or you can send cash and we don't have to worry about taxes. And then you can give awards in the upper, see on your screen, somewhere on there, there'll be an award button, and you might have gotten some free coins if you just joined, but you can give us some awards to let us know that you are enjoying the program. And then we have, where's my logo? Ooh, where's my producer? Why isn't it here? But anyway, Scooch Case is our sponsor, and they are out of Noblesville, Indiana. Good company, good guy. I mean, is it fair to call the owner a liberal? I don't know. I mean, I think he would be cool with it, but I don't want to say that he is. But, it's a good company. I would guess the product is actually made in China, but it is an American company. Oh, made in Japan and China. Actually, that's interesting. So Scooch Case is a absolutely fantastic little case. It's got this neat wingman feature on the back so you can hold the phone and, put it in landscape portrait mode on your desk and your table. Scooch Case, buy them, because then we can, do this show better. So let's get this thing moving, being that we are 42 minutes technically late, but it's okay. So without further ado, we have holy cow, some very, very talented people that are going to be joining us. And I got to say, just like in terms of star power and actual performance presence, this is the biggest group of performers I've had on, I think at once, at least at this caliber. I don't think the local Girl Scout troop, that we were doing a year ago in our neighborhood would count. But here we go. Let's talk to these amazing people. And we will do a quick popcorn, just a couple of sentences, no more than, you guys are all professionals. I need you to come in at 36 seconds with each of your quick bios. Don't go over, don't go under, right at 36. And then we are going to talk about why we're here. So let's go with you, Rose. Who are you? Why are you here?
I have to unmic. That's difficult.
Yes, there you go. Unmute. You guys could generally, there you go.
We can figure it out. Hi, I'm Rose Rosen. I am a casting director based in Florida, casting everywhere in the world. I do films, episodic, reality TV, and commercials. And I am happy to be here. Thanks.
Well, I'm thrilled to have you here. Let's go, Ellie.
Hi, I'm Ellie Rods. I'm a voice actor and singer based in Florida, and I'm super excited to be here. This is awesome.
Fantastic. And I know a little bit about how you got here, and we'll definitely let other people know that. And, I'm glad you're excited. Hopefully, though, you'll be on some, I don't know. What is a big interview over there? Oh, I do know. But let's not talk about that guy. He's kind of a jerk, right? Piers something or other. Hopefully you'll be on, I don't know, there's no Carson anymore. Who is it? Is Jay Leno's gone? I don't know. They got somebody at night. Hopefully you'll be on there soon. And what about you, Frizo?
Hey, I'm Friso Gosliga. I'm from the Netherlands, actually. Also a voiceover artist, and also very excited to be here. Looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Awesome. The Netherlands. That is that a first? Wait a minute.
Maybe. Hope so.
Sweden. Yeah, Sweden for sure. I've got Swedish friends and know Swedish people in the entertainers. So we've talked on here before. But in the Netherlands, that's a definite first. Let's pop down to Rick.
Hey, Rick Party, voiceover talent, also a radio host for over 30 years. In Chicago is my hometown. Yeah.
Oh, we're right here together.
Yeah.
Excellent. Are you still in Chicago, or are you doing
No.
the remote thing?
Yeah, I'm actually in Florida now, but Chicago's home. I did radio for 3 decades
you live
in Chicago.
what? You live with Landmeyer and a bunch of those other Chicago disc jockeys that all went down to Florida and
yeah,
pretended they still lived in Chicago. I mean, I don't have a problem with it because I want to get to LA as soon as I can. Get the hell out of Chicago. It's freaking too hot and too cold.
Right.
Great to meet you.
Likewise.
Chris. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Chris. I'm from Wigan in England, in the northwest of England, and I'm a voice actor and an impressionist. And I am very happy to be here with all these fine people.
Oh, thank you, Foamy Homie. Hello from Los Angeles. Foamy Homie. Okay, he is animated and he needs a voice. Oh, you should check him out and follow him. No, he talks. Sorry, Foamy, but these guys are pros. Anyway, great to meet you, Chris. Actually, great to meet you, Rose, Ellie, Friezo, and Rick, if I didn't say it. And now, Allie. Now, let's just skip. No, I'm just kidding. Allie, tell us about you. I'm just in a weird mood today. It's probably the weed. Illinois, you can do this legally, right? In England, I know this amount of weed would put you in prison for about 1,000 years in the Tower of London. But and I've got like 10 of these sitting around the house. So, Jesus, I'd go to jail forever. All right. So go ahead, Allie.
Hi, this is Allie Dovey. Hey, I am a New York native, born and raised from New York City.
Bronx, Brooklyn?
The Bronx.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Go Bronx.
Yes, Bronx Bombers, baby. And I am a singer and voiceover artist. And just like everybody else, super excited to be here. This is really fun so far.
Awesome. Fantastic. And you know what? You guys are always welcome to come back. And if anybody wants to do, I don't know, another program like this, but you don't need me to host or anything, we talked to Deborah about some things. All of you got an idea, you want to do something, let me know. I will, either myself or my producer will be happy to do a few shows with you to get you up and running. If you need any help from HAPS, you're having any technical problems or whatever, I will let them know that you need a little bit of kid glove, care, and they will take care of you as well. I love Clubhouse. Clubhouse has totally changed my life as it has so many people, but this little platform in its own way is been equally transformative, and it is it's a whole different way to do all this stuff. So I want you to be here because I want the platform to succeed. You want to do something on here, anything you need, I'll get it done. We'll make sure it happens. Deborah, you're kind of why we're here. So how are you? And tell us a little bit about you and unmute yourself if you haven't yet.
Hi, guys. Yes, my name's Deborah Wotton. I'm a film and TV producer based out of Pinewood Studios in the UK. I specialize in animation and I live in Greece and work remotely. So it's great to have such a large family here on our Clubhouse. Not only do we have 2,000 members in the 5 to 9 club that we started at Pinewood back in 2009, we are nearly at 5,000 members on Clubhouse, and we will be 3 months old on Sunday. So we were really pleased the community we built on the Clubhouse.
Yeah, it's fantastic that I really like the idea that the club went from a physical place into the ethereal here. Wow. All right. So Pablo, and we're going to do this once in a while. So probably what we should do is what I sometimes do, try to just catch a beat between each person's conversation. Give me space to be able to pop up into the chat. You know what I mean? It's a rhythm. Be fun to get that rhythm going with 8 people, but it can definitely happen. That's Pablo De La Hoya. What's up, buddy? In LA, Peter Bittner in LA. Pablo and Peter both work for Haps, and thanks for stopping by and saying hi. And like, I don't think we have room, but if one of you guys wants to come out and say hi, I'll drop out too. But I know you're working and busy, so thanks for coming by, guys. And yes, so Deborah, what is this all about? You know, this contest or something?
Well, do one of my close friends on Clubhouse is Mark Summers, and me being in animation and him being a casting director, we were constantly asked the question, you know, how do I get a voiceover agent? So we thought, okay, well, why don't we find an agent and create a competition? So a couple of months ago, we started a contest, and we had hundreds of people come over the 4 weeks that allowed them to come up for 45 seconds and do something in audio.
Wow, that's fast. Like, seriously? You got 45 seconds the first time to be like, hello, my name is Revolution McKinnison. Well, I can't do any sounds or noises, so I'm done. But hi.
Exactly. And then the 4 with the top votes from the audience went through to the semi-finals.
Oh, wow.
And
cool.
Then after 4 weeks of auditions, we had 16 semi-finalists who were all given between 1.5 and 2 minutes to do their piece. And then after the semi-finals, we picked 6 of those. Well, we didn't. The audience picked 6 to go through to the finals. And then each of them was given a minute to do a commercial read, a minute to do an audio book, and a minute of characters. And they were marked by the agent for each of the sections. And also at each time the audience voted, everything was correlated. And the winner was Ellie.
Hey, all right. Look at that. Ellie is the winner. And so let's see. I need anybody out there want to technically direct for me? Hey, I can always, you can jump up. Let's see. Okay. Wow. I am failing miserably. Hang on a second. Let's do this. Let's put Ellie on the screen. Put her in charge. There she is. All right. And then how do I just get myself on there? I think I do this. I drop to the bottom and that. All right. So Ellie, oh, no, come on. Seriously? Man, that was a lot of buttons to push, people. All right. Let me try this.
You're having fun with it. That's a good part. So.
Yeah, no, I'm actually asking out there if anybody wants to come up here and technically direct for me. Wait, somebody's got the power. Oh, it's just slow. Wow. Okay. That's not me. That's just the, really? Okay. It worked. Or somebody's magically doing it from Haps. It was you, Pablo. Thank you, buddy. I love you. Okay. Ellie, like, holy crap. Like, you won. Like, what did you do right after you won? Like, did you scream or what did you do?
I was in shock. My father was crying actually. So I was like, "Oh my gosh." And then I was just kind of like in shock for about like I guess 3 days. It didn't like sink in. I was just kind of like, "Huh. I really just won like the first VO contest like ever." Okay. And then I was just kind of like, okay. And then after a while, I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, it sunk in like a little bit after, but it was such an awesome experience. I'm so grateful to Deborah, to Hermione, to every single one of the panelists, to one of my VO coaches, Rick Party, who's on here right now. He's awesome. And Bobby as well. And Michelle and Madeline French, Jay Simon, the man with the voice. So many great people. Also, Rose too, like just and Emma, especially Emma Harvey too. Super grateful to them. So yeah, it was just a really cool experience. and also all the finalists too that I love so much, and they're all pretty much like really good friends of mine too. So yeah, they were all amazing too, but it was crazy. Loved it.
And I am frozen, and I just tried to
Yes,
unfreeze.
you are.
I am. Hold on. Let me see if I'm frozen on my, actually here on the computer. I am. Okay. Something's using my resources today, which is a little weird. I think the U.S. government is finally catching on to me. And
Oh, I also forgot to mention also Mark Summers and Francine too. There's just a lot. I have to name every single person because I love them all and they're just so great. And I'm
well,
so
that's
sorry that you're
fantastic.
frozen.
All right. Well, this is interesting. My camera, which is one of my phones, decided to die. So,
That's
wow.
awkward.
Hang on.
Great time to play radio.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. So we don't need to see me without my.
There's a
bring you guys
question here
back.
asking for a sample, Ellie. Maybe you could do that in the moments
I
that
love
we
it.
are waiting. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
I love it.
I got you on the sample read. So one of the voices that I actually did while I was during my first audition was a voice that my lovely appointed big brother Chris Woodsworth helped me with, which was actually Marge Simpson. So on one of my auditions, I was actually kind of like I was kind of doing like a Brooklyn presenter, like speaking to Marge Simpson and other characters. So one of the things that I did was just I was just kind of like you know, hey everyone, I'm excited to introduce our next contestants who will be auditioning with Robert De Niro, aka his character Travis Bickle's infamous line, "Are you talking to me?" All right, who do we got up? And then, first of all, I did like a little kid, and so I'm just kind of like, I'm ready, I think. Are you talking to me, mister? And then, the conductor was just kind of like, all right, that was cute. Okay, next up we got Marge Simpson. And then Marge Simpson was just kind of like, excuse me, I was looking for Homer. And then she was just, so that was kind of an example of what I did out of some of the voices.
Good job.
But yeah.
Ellie, I love you.
I love it.
Ellie,
We all
how
love
long ago?
Ellie.
When did you
I love you guys
like?
too.
When did you first do a voice, and after your parents relaxed and said, "Oh, she's not possessed"? When did do you remember how old you were when you started like doing other voices? And I mean, you don't hear them in your head though, right?
No, I'm good
Okay,
on that.
good.
end.
Whew. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Well, when I started doing voices per se was at a very young age, I would say. So when I was little, I was just kind of like a very enthusiastic kid that was very always like just kind of like acting. Like I would dress up as like, like as like different characters even when I was little, and then my parents would just be like, okay, whatever. So they would just let me be. So one of the first well, actual impressions that I ever learned was Miss Swan from Mad TV. Because I just loved that skit so much. My parents even made me go to like a drive-through and actually speak as her and order our food. I remember it was like a KFC, and like I just pull up to this drive-through and then I'm just kind of like, hello, how are you today? My name is Mrs. Swan and I'd like to order a biscuit and a large fry. And then they were just kind of like, okay. So when I pull up to the drive-through window, they're just kind of looking around like, where's this lady that was just speaking? So it was just, yeah, it was very interesting. And then I taught
Wow.
myself how to
Ooh.
yodel too because I watched The Sound of Music, and I just like love that. Like I just love the sound. I don't know why I tried to learn to yodel, but I did. So I was just kind of like, I'll give you just a little example.
Mhm.
So yodelay, 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 yodelay. There we go. So I
Awesome.
don't know. I don't know where I would use that, but I have that
Oh,
under my belt
yeah.
now.
I mean, you will. It'll come. Well, let's do this. So, Rick
Yeah.
from Chicago,
Mhm.
how you doing, man? Right now, here in Chicago, it is like, I don't know, it's like 60 degrees, lakefront's open. It is absolutely freaking gorgeous. Beginning of the summer in Chicago. So you know how big of a sacrifice this has been for me to be with all of you here today.
For sure.
And I just so appreciate everybody that's here. This is so fun. So Rick, how are you? Who have you, like, were you, have different people been mentoring people and stuff along the way too in this stuff?
Well, not during the contest. The actually the contestants amongst one another, they were mentoring each other. We're not allowed to do, during the contest, mentor, if
Gotcha.
you will, or coach them through the contest. So it was only after I was able to take on Ellie as a student after the contest ended.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
wait, you're the mentor after the contest.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well,
And,
So
and
you're
we,
like,
who
oh,
was.
dude, you're a prize. Like,
He's
like,
surprised, exactly.
like you're like a
Yeah.
snack, like, you're important.
I've been called that a
Gotcha.
few times.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that is, look at Allie over here. She's like, did he just say that like out loud? Like, WTF? Wow.
That was funny.
Oh my gosh.
You are a snack. So, the hell you people give it away?
Right.
I'm so
All right.
I guess
Okay,
Deborah
so
would say we actually kind of mentor Deborah. Would you say when they're actually on the stage, we give them, great
sure.
words of wisdom while they're there on the stage?
Exactly. As each of the contestants would come up, the panelists would give them constructive feedback. And we actually have contestants that would come back week on week. And one of those actually made it through pure tenacity through to the semi-finals. So words of wisdom were, as they say, gems are dropped by the panelists, and the voiceover community really worked hard together and helped each other, which has been, I think, the biggest takeaway from all this is the community that they built together since the contest.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic, because I know we all have experienced it, through Clubhouse, all of these communities that have come together. But even, I had a bunch of people on my show the other day, and it was funny because they're all working professionals in film, and I'd been the only one that had been to film school. So, wow. Okay. I didn't really do as well as I was hoping, but the group of filmmakers that are working in Hollywood when I'm in school, they're a niche, right? Think of all those people in Hollywood, like Lucas, Spielberg, and there were about 4 or 5 others, that were just incredibly close and, are really pretty much drove Hollywood for a long time. So those groups that you form in these connections, there's a lot of power and in those groups in terms of helping each other and helping each other get work and, let each other know of opportunities, putting them in your films and all of that. So that this community has come together. I'm excited to see kind of where that goes. Deborah, or anybody actually could speak to this, but probably you best, Deborah, the impetus here initially for this contest was to do what? What did you want to accomplish with the contest? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, that's a Clubhouse thing. We carry on talking while we're muted. Hey, Ellie. So, yeah, basically we had a seed of an idea that we wanted to help people, get into the voiceover industry. So we thought if we can get some people that are voiceover talent and know what they're doing, and that's why we reached out to Rick and El Michelle and the man with the voice, and we we were just so lucky to have, people like Rose join us as well, and the whole idea was to get industry professionals to help guide people that wanted to do that as a job. And if we, and we organized for Emma Harvey to then find new talent, because I think it's because we were constantly asked, how do you? And it is such a niche area for getting an agent. It's so much more difficult. So it's one of those, we can do it. So why don't we?
That is awesome. That is very, very awesome. Ellie, how long have you been chasing you want to do this as a career dream? Like, how long ago did you start?
Actually, when I was little, I wanted to be a singer, but and then I kind of went into the hospitality industry, and then during the pandemic, I kind of had like this kind of moment where I spoke to myself, and I was like, "What am I doing with my life? Am I doing what I actually like to do, and all that stuff?" And then I kind of decided, you know what, I'm gonna start doing stuff that I actually want to do. I've always had voice acting as an idea of something that I wanted to follow. My mother has always constantly told me to become a voice actor just because I would on the daily just be doing different impressions or different voices. And
She wanted you out of the house, basically. You were
yeah,
driving her crazy.
no, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. But yeah, she basically was urging me to become a voice actor. And also because it also incorporates sometimes singing and acting, which I adore acting. I used to do musical theater, so all of that is kind of like in a nicely made package when you're a voice actor. You kind of do a little bit of everything. So that's where I decided to seek a coach. That was the first thing I did. My coach, her name is Tracy Fow. She's amazing. She was my mentor throughout even the competition and everything. And I have another mentor that I adore. Her name is Happy Joy, and she's basically, I call her my business mama, and I call her mama. She's the mother of all voiceovers on Clubhouse, and she's amazing. So they've really kind of helped me throughout my journey as well. Even my own parents too, like they've been extremely helpful and very supportive. So I decided this year, and
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
everything's
Okay.
just pretty much rocketed.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's see. Frizo, how long did it take from the moment that you decided you wanted to be a professional to being a professional? How long was that journey for you?
Oh dear. My journey was actually pretty fast, because when I was in my 20s,
another one.
Yeah, when I was in my 20s, I wanted to do voiceover work, but I tried, but it didn't work. And later I discovered why, because you really need acting skills to do this. It's not enough to have a nice voice or to be able to read pretty well. I mean, you have to really act. And I hadn't done that yet. So I backed away from voice acting for a while. Oh, my camera decides that it's time to cool down, but I'm not letting it. So I backed away from voice acting for a while, did a study, became a psychologist, did the normal working things. But I also went and did improv with an improv group. And that was really fun. And that teaches you acting and quick thinking and just basically being someone else for a while on stage and spontaneously. And I did that for like 7 years, of which 5 of those I was probably on stage almost every week. So that was a very good background for acting and voice acting, but still, I didn't decide to do it until November 2020, which is less than 6 months ago. Oh, well, a bit more than 6 months ago now. And
oh wow, okay, yeah. Holy cow! Okay, this is always interesting.
Can
the
I
direction
just
it goes. Go ahead, Deborah.
Can I just jump in? Friso, can you tell the story of what happened with the journalist in the audience?
Oh, yeah. It was amazing because, well, Clubhouse came along in February. So I got on Clubhouse, and then I saw this competition, and I heard the panel. I think the first or second rounds had already run, and I was like, oh, am I do I dare to do this? And then I went ahead and did it, put up my hand for the third preliminary rounds. And there was a journalist in the audience, and he heard that, and he decided to follow me around, and he heard the semifinals, and then he found out that I was going to go through to the finals, and he put that in the local newspaper, and that got picked up by the national newspaper, and that got picked up by national radio here in the Netherlands. Like, a Dutch guy
Oh,
is
wow.
entering an English voiceover competition. Why would he do that, and why? So yeah, they were dying to find out what was I doing in an English voiceover.
I mean, you're in the Netherlands. Like, you got a lot of free time. It's freaking cold up there, you know? Of course you're doing something like that. You're probably going to learn Finnish next, like, if you're crazy. But I mean, yeah, well, why are they questioning you on that? That's awesome. So keep going. Sorry.
They just thought it was amusing to be in a final with 4 Americans and one person from the UK, and then just be in an English voiceover competition. So that was great. And then the national radio decided to make me give away. Well, I wasn't a snack like Rick Party, but they gave away a gift,
a treat. I don't know, a single serving. You're like a single serving kind of guy,
well,
not a total snack.
You know? So probably a meal for a week then. But no, but they gave me they had a little competition where they gave away a voicemail message to someone who had a really awful voicemail message, and they would get me to sort of do a new one for them. So that was really
fun. Nice. I miss those days of the answering machine, you know.
Yeah. But that so it's been an incredible ride for me. It's really fun. And yeah, it had lots of good publicity, getting to know people, of course, all the finalists, all the panelists, and the people from the 5 to 9 Cup. It's been really great. They do like table reads for scripts as well, and I've been invited to 2 of those, and then yeah, that's all amazing. A lot of stuff came from that.
That is a great story there. And what, Chris, give us the same little scenario for you, because I'm kind of really interested on how everybody got here, because we know Ellie, you know, just being launched into it is got to be very interesting. But yeah, tell us how you got here.
Okay, great. Basically, first and foremost, I'm an animator here in the UK, and I kind of saw myself to be this guy who just randomly did silly voices just along the way. I always had a fascination with how the heck impressionists actually do it, how the voice actually works. And so I found that for the video games that I was working on, I wasn't able to take part in the voice acting, you know, for that. But I started putting voices towards like social media. I eventually joined TikTok. I did these fun little things, you know, that were just getting so much fascination and praise from people. So I felt like I was doing something right, and I was starting to push it and experiment. And there are voice acting challenges that started to appear. Like, you want to be a voice actor? This is the commercial voice acting challenge. So I would try that, and I would home in some of my acting experience as well. And when I discovered Clubhouse, I found it bit by bit. I was actually starting to do my impressions when I would introduce myself in different rooms that I went into. And yeah, it seemed to be having a really positive effect. So I carried on pushing it. My girlfriend actually, hi Rick, my girlfriend actually said to me that she thinks that, she told me straight up, I think you should keep doing videos where it's like a split screen, you know, like maybe a scene from a movie, and on the other side of the screen, you're doing the voices. So I started doing those, getting this creative outlet out. So 1 minute I'm doing, I don't know, Gollum in a scene from Lord of the Rings, or I'm doing something from Disney's Big Hero 6. I'm doing Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, or Eddie Murphy, you know, like in Nutty Professor, you know, or something like that. And then there was one night on Clubhouse, Deborah reached out to me. I'd been in 1 or 2 rooms with her before, and she said, I'm actually hosting this voiceover contest. And And I think you really should join. It's happening tomorrow. I've heard you do impressions, and yeah, so I thought it would be fun, and I didn't expect it to be as big as it was. There were so many yeah, amazing judges and big people in the industry, and there were so many audience members. And I did my 45 seconds, after settling down my nerves, waiting for it. I did about 4 different character voices, like impressions, and used my normal voice for a little bit of commercial reading. I finished, and by the end, when they called my name,
This is Peter Attenborough.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
We
Did I
lost
just
him.
hear? Yeah, we did. Oh my gosh. Hold on.
I heard him.
Crap. The
I was waiting for him to go into one of his voices or something.
Yeah. That's what made it confusing.
Like, I heard
I
Sir
heard David
Pete
Attenborough.
Attenborough or something. Am I hearing things, or are you here, Sir Peter? Are you here somewhere? I don't see you.
Are you around, Chris?
Are there any other famous people here with us? I don't know.
We're all famous,
right?
Yeah,
own way.
and some of them, like me, are infamous. Sorry,
That's right. Deborah is infamous. Absolutely.
Hey, Pablo, if you are still listening, it is not letting me upload an image, and this image of the, which I like, but I don't really want it on the screen. I can't make it go away because it's not showing up anywhere. So, I don't know. Maybe somebody could somebody speak for the llama? Anybody?
Hello, this is the llama. Hello, I'm the llama.
Llama's a chain smoker, huh?
I completely reject that llama voice. I don't
Llama
like it.
was that, man? Llama. No. Anyway,
Someone said they like the llama.
I'm Mr. Llama Boy.
Me think the llama looks a little bit like me, like Jaja.
Thank you, Lucia. Reset the program layout. And thank you, Pablo, for doing that.
By the way, just to say, I didn't leave on purpose. I don't know what happened there. Technology.
That was your diva moment, Chris. That was your diva moment.
Chris,
Liar.
I don't believe you. Okay, I think you
Exit stage
intentionally left to
Complete
spite
liar.
us. I mean, what a good move too. Because I was pissed when you left. God, the best guy on here just fucking left. What the hell? So all right, but we're glad you're back, my friend. Allie, not Ellie. Allie. No, let's skip. Oh no, I want to do that twice. I'm sorry, that's mean. Tell us a little bit about your journey to being an actress and a voiceover artist and that kind of stuff.
So I have wanted to be a voice actor. I can specifically remember the day I wanted to. I was in 3rd grade, and we were doing the "What do you want to be when you grow up?" Oh,
3rd grade. What do you remember the month?
I don't remember the month, but
Okay,
I do
all right, 'cause
remember.
you said specifically. I mean, 3rd grade. Yeah, it's pretty specific. But I thought you were going to go with
It was
day
Dominican
and time.
Independence Day. I remember it was being Dominican Independence Day. Dominican Republic of Independence
Wow.
Day. So whatever day that is,
Got
I
it.
forget. Anyway, we were doing a project where we had to write what you wanted to be when you grow up. And at first I drew myself as a pop star, but then I remember putting in parentheses, oh yeah, and I want to do voices for cartoons.
Oh, cool.
So that has been something I've wanted to do for a very long time. But when I was younger, I was a little sick, and I was getting a lot of ear infections to the point where I was starting to go deaf in both of my ears. So that was a dream that was fading for me because it didn't seem like it could ever be possible. But I had surgery. I healed. I did all my therapeutic things that I needed to do. And I slowly started getting back into it, but I went more similar to Ellie, the music route. I started doing singing again, and I was really insecure about it at first because I couldn't tell if I was hearing things right and whatnot. So it took me a while to grow back into my hearing. But once I did, and once I started to get more confident in it, I took the music route and ran. I did music in high school. I did music in college. And I kind of put voiceover a little bit to the side, with the exception of doing radio in college. I loved doing radio in college. There there was a project that I had a friend ask me to do, and they wanted me to do a voice of a little kid. And I was like, okay, that's a little weird, but all right, I'll do it. And I went and I did it. And I realized, it was my senior year, I realized, wow, I love this. I always wanted to do this. Shortly after that, I graduated. I moved to Orlando because I worked at Disney for a short time because I did the Disney college program. But when I came back up to New York, I was kind of in a weird post-grad, I don't want to say depression, but a slump. Trying to figure out, okay, well, all my life has been school. What do I do? Where do I go? And then I finally took it in me to just Google voiceover coaches and classes around New York City. And I found a few. I was trying to figure out if they were reputable or not because I couldn't tell at first. I was just kind of going in a little blind. But I did find a really awesome voiceover coach, Roger Becker, in the city. And I got to do voiceover classes with him for a little bit. But not too long after that, the pandemic hit and everything kind of shut down. Life kind of got on pause. And some time had passed and I heard about Clubhouse. And I really, really, really wanted to not lose the momentum of voiceover too deeply. And I heard that on Clubhouse, you can meet other people in the industry and learn more about whatever you wanted to do. For me, it was voiceover. So I joined Clubhouse. I found Rick Party's room. I was super intimidated at first because it was,
for those of you that didn't know, his name was also Rick.
I found the Rick Party room.
That's his
the voiceover room.
Forever on Haps. The snack. Sorry, Allie. Keep
Love
going.
That. And I was super intimidated at first. So I just kind of listened in like the first week, second week, just to kind of know what I was doing and know what I was getting into. I went for it. I tried it out and I got on Rick Party show. If you do a particularly good job at a script read, you get the Rick Party ear horns. And I got the ear horns on my first go and I was shook from it.
That's serious.
Like, maybe I'm not, maybe I should be a little bit more confident in myself.
Awesome.
I made friends with Ellie and Chris just before the competition. Ellie and I have a club together on Clubhouse. We became so close. And
instant best friendship.
Instant best friendship. And I found the club, the 529 Mark Summers Presents competition, just on a whim. I was actually online to get my vaccine when I was listening in to like hear what it was about. And I really liked what was going on. It was like kind of like Britain's Got Talent, America's Got Talent, that kind of vibe on Clubhouse. And I was like, okay, I think I want to join this competition. I went audition for the first time. I didn't make it in the first time, but the second time around, I did make it to the semifinals and then to the finals. So voiceover, I've been taking much more seriously 2021. So I'm still fairly green into it as well. But it's kind of been an on and off thing without me necessarily realizing it, I guess, in my life.
Excellent. Wow. Just lots of, just the journeys where to get us places is just always a wonderful thing to explore. Rose, so normally the route to voiceover work is what? Like as a casting director, like do people just like look up your address and just make like funny sounds and characters and stuff outside your door? Or, how did people do that before?
I mean, I go to voiceover talent agents to hire voiceover talent. And it's such a weird niche in the industry that honestly, half the jobs that have voiceovers in them, my clients say, oh, I got that. I'm taking care of it. Like they have a particular name talent that they want,
Okay.
I mean, name talent make a lot of money in voiceovers and people hire name talent because they want to hang out with them and they have a budget. And so it's like, let me hire Morgan Freeman. I'm just telling you what the
there you
truth
go.
is.
That's what I was curious about. So
yeah.
Named talent, you're talking stars more or less. I mean, obviously there are voiceover artists or voice actors, very well-known ones, certainly in the industry. And I'm trying to think like off the top of my head I definitely know some of the voice actors from the various cartoons and stuff over the years, but I can't pick a name out of my head.
All actors, and many of them end up being voice actors, and some of them,
Right.
Americans, go global. It's a huge industry, but then
Well,
it's also a weird industry.
How long have you been in the business?
1,000 years.
1,000 years. So you remember when Hollywood actors would never do, film actors, we don't do television.
Right, but they do
silly
it
people.
in Japan.
But exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Right.
And then we all discovered that, these folks that believed in, film were betraying us by making, commercials in Japan for lots and lots of money. So, things really did, they really have changed. But at the end of the day,
the world has changed.
If you're Morgan,
it's not just the voice industry.
Mm-hmm. But
Right.
if you're Morgan Freeman and you've got that distinctive voice, you've got a better shot at a job because you're Morgan Freeman. So, it's
given
be,
the budget.
Mm-hmm.
Given
there you go.
The
okay.
budget,
So
they will
who can
hire
do Morgan Freeman? Anybody? Can anybody do Morgan Freeman?
Nobody can. You can try, but still the audience is going to know the difference.
There you go. It's so well known, right?
Yeah. And that's its own thing. But who has that budget? Most productions don't have that kind of budget. What you end up with is a lot of people going to a place like voices.com or whatever to hire voices very cheaply. And that's a whole nother thing that I don't even touch.
Yeah, but Fiverr, I think, has voiceover actors, or there's several
what is
that do.
For $5? Is that what we're talking about?
Well, nothing on Fiverr is $5, I think, anymore. But because I hire people, obviously for various things on the various stuff, and I do run over voice actors, and you can get something for way cheaper on there. Obviously, quality, notwithstanding on some of that stuff.
It's a crazy industry is my biggest point.
The thing is talking about voiceover talent from somewhere like Fiverr is like talking about the difference of a meal of a cordon bleu to a hot dog from the corner of the street.
Right. But we went through this. This is like the third, maybe the second time, because 30 years ago when I was a professional photographer and everybody was like, well, we all have digital cameras now or whatever. We don't need photographers or graphic designers, which my wife was at the time. My first wife, she was graphic designer. We don't need to hire a graphic designer. We have, a computer and we can do it ourselves. And it took them about 15 years, I think, to realize, 10 to 15 years to realize, oh, you actually need to know how to make an image look compelling. You actually need to know how to do a layout. So a lot of that just seems to be, cyclical. I think people think they can just hire anybody for it. But I know, because people are always coming to me. I do have, a decent voice, and people are always coming to me and like, have you ever thought about doing audiobooks? And I'm like, well, yeah, but I also don't have enough hours in the day to learn to do that right. So, there's who wants to talk to me a little bit about what, and Rick, actually, you've been doing this for a long time. So, and you're kind of the guru here, the snack, the prize. So tell me a little bit about, sorry, dude, I can't, it's just, I'm going to do it the whole show. So tell me about that as a craft, right? We talk about on this program a lot, filmmaking as a craft, being a voiceover artist as a craft and developing that talent with yourself, and, how you just can't do it for $5 and a deep voice.
No, you can't. Especially when you're someone as good as or great as a Morgan Freeman. That voice is more than the $5. It becomes like a $5 million voice. And with a craft like this, it's not something that you can do in 5 months. It may take 5 years until you really hone your craft. And you're forever learning that. You're going to learn something new because the trends change often, even as voice actors that are heard around the world. We still have coaches that we go to. In fact, we still learn from the new talent that are here. like I said, because the trends are constantly changing. So you're forever learning, you're forever working in this business. So I mean, it's a beautiful craft. This is why we're all in it. I mean, you could in all ages. I mean, from a child to from 9 months to 99, you can do voiceover. It's a beautiful.
Well, which one of you are doing voices for TikTok narration? Right, so people can point and stuff, at the screen. Like, and I'm being half serious because I just wonder, like, geez, where the hell do those come from? Where somebody lays down like an audio track or whatever, and then people start using. I guess they do duets or whatever. But yeah, what is Ellie? What is the I think what's been the most transformative thing since you started this journey with Clubhouse? Whether it's, let's do this. What have you learned as a voice actor that through this contest, through this thing that will make you a better voice actor? I think, what are the highlights of this for you and learning?
Well, one of the things that I took away like so many things from the competition itself, but one of the main things that I took away is that it's hard work. Even though obviously you already know it's hard work when you first start off, but once you're like in it, you have to like, because during the competition, we all had to pretty much present ourselves. And the thing is that it's the same thing when you go to an audition or in front of a casting director. You have to make yourself stand out somehow. You have to literally do something special, that because there's a bunch of other people that, yes, they're all talented, and they could all be, well, they're all literally as talented as you are. So you have to find your niche, so to speak. So that's something that I learned, especially through the competition. And I feel like it's something important for every voice actor to know, is to find that one thing that makes them special. Use that as your strength, and that will make you stand out in this industry, and it'll make your career successful. So that's pretty much what I learned.
And I would say everybody that was a contestant in the contest, and like you were just saying too, Rick, even the professionals. I don't know how many of you know Darian Danjou and his 1 Minute Film School. If you've crossed paths with Darian, you definitely should. He's an excellent filmmaker and is teaching film for free, teaching filmmaking, the craft, for free on Clubhouse, and giving away awards. And, like you guys, I mean, it's just amazing what you can learn on Clubhouse. And I'm only in the entertainment and media circles. I don't even know like what they're doing in the bomb making circles of Clubhouse. That's a little scary. But I mean, there's a lot of just great connections being made here, lifetime connections, even with apps, social media, Twitter, anything I do on Instagram, and connections I make here. Like we're best friends in a day sometimes, because there's so much impact that social media space. Our brains are wired to be like addicted to all this stuff. And they used to be worried about people being addicted to TV. I mean, that's nothing. I want my implants. I want my upgrades. I don't want to have to even carry a phone. I don't want this, $800 Sennheiser. I just want the app that I can run my life. If I'm sad, I can dial it up to happy. I just connect me, matrix me, but the industry, as I drift off into what the hell was I talking about, and maybe I'll remember, but the industry, the changes, Deborah, what have you seen, like, or where do you see, that's what I want to know, where do you see this industry going? Because we got a lot of folks on here that hopefully will be in it for the next 20, 30 years. What advice do you have to them?
Just keep on going, each no, it doesn't always mean no doesn't always mean no. No just means not today. You've
I
just
love
got to
that. Yep.
keep going and pushing and turning up and doing your thing and picking yourself up and dusting yourself off and just keep going at it. And that, that is the same advice across the board, whether it is for voiceover or acting or filmmaking or producing or whatever you are doing,
Mm-hmm.
you have to just keep going,
and ask, right? Ask for the job, ask for the work, be there, show up on time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you show up on time, you're already late. But,
Right.
in
Oh,
this
if you're
industry,
early, you're late. If you're late, you're on time. If you're late, well, yeah, you're fucked.
no, because if we're supposed to start at 7:30, everyone has to be there, ready to start at 7:30, not turn up at 7:30, make themselves a coffee, chit chat over a bagel. They have to be ready to start and roll at 7:30. But yeah, I think the whole industry, a lot of things are changing. I know in animation that the marketplace is getting busier, and a lot of the TV shows, they don't need the the big A-listers. They just need good character voices. So for me, I see some great programs that these guys are going to be, working in the future. And I'm just amazed. I have this journey. I think one of the things that I've said about this whole contest is we planted a seed expecting it to be a seedling, or if anything, a nice little bush, but it has grown into this massive oak that has brought together a great community on Clubhouse. And I'm honored to be part of that journey for all of these people. I'm just blown away by what started as something quite, well, shall we do it? And it's just turned out to be like the stuff for Ellie. She's now got a voiceover agent for 6 months.
That's awesome. Another prize of the contest there.
That was the prize that Ellie won, and the other finalists were all given some coaching or mentoring by the panelists. So all of the finalists were winners as far as we were concerned. So we wanted to make sure that they all did this, and it's been absolutely wonderful. We've become like a extended family. Some of the names, there's some sweet names they call me and some not so sweet names, but we won't get into
that. Hey, Tom Thumb, deepfake Tom Cruise. Hang on. There you go. It's insane. The guy that's doing these Tom Cruise deepfakes on TikTok got about the same frame in the body, same size guy, has got the tics down. He's got the body movements, a little bit. He's got one hell of a computer and software, because these are real, really good deep fakes. So nothing is real, never was. But the voices, holy shit. We've been on here for 58 minutes. We can stay on as long as we want, but we got a lot of talent up here. So Rose, give us a scenario where this group needs to, that voiceover talent needs to quickly have a little production meeting. They'll have 2 minutes to talk together and put a performance together for us. So give us a scenario, Rose. And then we've got 4 people here, and Rick, you're welcome to your voiceover too, but you could also help think this up. Give us a scenario, a little skit, something to do, and then we'll give them 2 minutes to talk it out live here, develop the characters, and do it. So,
Deborah, you need Rose? To come in on this too. I have no idea. What do you got, Rick? Deborah?
I don't know. Let's have them use their voices, and let's come up with the scenario, and they use their voices. We can go with in order from Friezo to Ellie to Chris to Ellie. let's say the ice cream is melting, and Friezo, what are you going to do about it? And you throw it to Allie, and you all use
Awesome.
different voices. Yeah.
Good idea.
Okay.
See,
Perfect.
that's
Thank
easy.
you, Rick.
Okay.
So
Friezo's frozen, but the ice cream's melting.
I'm frozen. Okay, let's see.
There you are.
Okay.
You got time to take a breath, dude. I didn't mean, you can take a beat. You can take 30 seconds. All of you think about, well, you won't, Ellie. What the hell is he going to do?
Right,
Holy shit. You got to be nervous,
right?
Ellie, because you don't know what this guy's going to do. All right. Go ahead, Friezo.
Okay. Now that we finally have you as our guest here in the UK, I noticed that my brand new fridge is actually not working anymore, and we just stocked up on loads of ice cream. So that is all going to waste right now. It's melting. What do they do in the States when the ice cream is melting, Ellie?
Well, actually, we just get ice cubes and then stick them in a bucket and then put the ice cream inside of it and hope that it gets solid again. Oh, wait, what else do we do, Allie?
Well, I'm not really sure what to do about ice cream because I'm a little bit lactose intolerant, but my brother, on the other hand, loves and adores ice cream. I bet he could just open his big fat mouth and all the ice cream would just flow right into his mouth. So then I guess there wouldn't be ice cream for everyone else, but he'd have plenty of ice cream. What do you think, Chris?
Whoa, what are you doing? Handing me melting ice cream? I mean, come on. What am I supposed to do with it? Look at it. It's all down my arms right now. Okay, I might as well just eat it. Oh, I'm lactose intolerant too. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that melting ice cream. That is cool. All that melting ice cream. That has got to get the chicks, right? Yeah. Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Good job.
Brilliant.
Party
Bravo. Thank you.
I love how Quagmire finished it off.
Loved it. Yeah, everyone does.
Chris out the gate with that Iago.
I was like imagining Gilbert Gottfried just holding ice cream.
I know, right?
With a vein in his forehead, like,
Right.
No,
They're very talented, aren't they? They're all very talented.
They're very talented. I definitely, definitely do voices, around the house, but I wouldn't want anybody to hear them. Give us one more thing. Let's swing through the other way. Let's start with Allie and Rick. Give us another little good launch platform.
A launch platform.
Well, something to do. I don't know. I mean, you're on the space shuttle. No, it's out of business. Oh, you and Elon Musk are in space, headed to the moon. Allie, there you go.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to the moon, and I'm a little concerned because on some days the moon is like really round and really, really big. But then there's some days where the moon looks like a toenail, and I'm not sure where to land this thing. I don't know what to do. What do you think, Chris?
Elmo kind of like it's floating around. Yeah, right here in this bucket. I don't know. Would it be nicer to eat ice cream right now? Ellie?
Oh my God, why do you guys have ice cream on the moon? Elon is about to drop an NFT, okay? And it's based on toenails. We can't be doing this right now, okay? We cannot do this. Friezo, please.
Yeah, well, it all boils down to the old mechanic, doesn't it? I mean, I'm the only person who actually thought about doing the navigation update on this damn ship, didn't I? So I think we're going to be okay. If Elon takes the wheel, we'll get there, right? Elon. Oh my, he's gone.
All right. Excellent. And, being thrown into, the fire there without a script and everything, that's really fun to see. it is it's just a total joy. Who's got a little bit of a parting thought? Actually, maybe the contestants, just talk a little bit, each of you, how just how meaningful this is to you, to Deborah, and everybody else that put this together.
I'll start this because I left earlier somehow. So I'm back in. I can finish up. I will say that honestly, it has done wonders for my confidence. It has really taught me that I do have a place in this industry. That I'm surrounded by all of these fantastic, very talented, hardworking people in the voiceover industry. I'm constantly learning, and it's just incredible how much the voiceover industry seems to support each other. I mean, just even the community on Clubhouse, and just look around in this room right now. I mean, these finalists, we are pretty much like brothers and sisters. It's come to that point. Yes, it does mean so much to me. It has changed my life because I am properly pursuing voiceover acting now this year. And
fantastic.
That's what I'll share.
I'll go next. So, yeah, this has been extremely life changing, and I agree with Chris. Pretty much like everyone that we have come across throughout our like voiceover journey, because most of us are pretty similar. We all started our journey pretty much around the same time. And I met Chris and Ali and Friezo, and then the other two finalists that aren't here, but I'm gonna mention them because they're amazing as well. Rico Reform and Desiree Diaz, they are phenomenal as well. And all of us have pretty much become brothers and sisters, like Chris said. We're like it's an extended family. Deborah's our fairy godmother as well as Hermione, and Rick is Papa Rick. He's our VO father, and there's just so many like others. Like Rose is our auntie. Like so there's just so many different amazing people that we've come across, and they're just part of our family just going into this industry. So it's so nice and refreshing to know that we have such great support surrounding us, especially going into an industry that's new to all of us. And I'm just incredibly grateful to everyone that was involved and all of the finalists. And it's just such a great experience. And I can't wait to see where everyone lands. I know everyone's going to be incredibly successful because everyone's like super talented, and I'm just rooting for everyone as well. But yeah, this was great.
Awesome, fantastic. Hey, Nazim. Nazim is in Italy, and so here you go, buddy. It's evening in your part of the world, and you can watch the show. So good to see you. All right, who's next?
I'll go next. This competition has taught me, I agree with Chris and Ellie too, a lot of camaraderie amongst all of us, including Rico and Desiree, who are not here. A big confidence boost for absolute certain. But something I definitely took out, besides those things, was to not take myself too seriously. Like to take it seriously, but not take it so seriously and so personally. With everything that I've done and everything that I've learned and everything that I've tried out, it's not worth it if you're not having fun. And throughout this whole competition, I was having a ton of fun, lots of fun, even in the little mishaps here and there, and the little bumps along the way. Just getting to do different things and finding a lot of like-minded people who make all the silly voices like you do. A lot of people around, like my family, for example, they still kind of look at me strange. Like they get it, but they look at me a little strange. So it's cool to come to a place where everybody else is doing the same thing I'm doing, and just having fun with it. So yeah.
Yeah, we're all the right side of crazy.
Oh, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can only fully agree with my other
Friezo?
finalists. Yeah, I can only agree totally with everyone else here. But I also want to, the one thing that I also took away from this is that, the silly voices and the impersonations and all that kind of stuff, that is really great. But if you listen to agents and other people, they say it is your own voice in the end that has to do the work. Most of the work, I spent this afternoon, I spent an hour on a silly 10-second radio commercial together with my coach. And it just goes to show you can do one sentence, you can do that in like 50 or 100 different ways. And that is the craft. And you can only learn that by practicing. And all those other people out there, voiceover artists who are on Clubhouse, who have been supporting us during these finals, during this competition, I mean, that is the bread and butter work that most of us will probably do. And of course, the bigger things are the snacks, basically the takeaways, the animation stuff. That is all great, but it all also has to come from your own voice, and that is just practice, practice, practice. And that is why I have such appreciation for people like Rick Party, and Kelly Dougherty, who is very big in radio imaging. She also runs rooms on Clubhouse where they just get people up there and start doing stuff and practicing. And then you hear all the feedback, and then you realize, oh my God, this really is something that you need to learn and to practice, and you need to take it seriously. I'm on 3 training courses simultaneously at the moment, and I have a coach. And so you really need to practice, practice, practice. And then, yeah, then we can probably all get somewhere. But yeah, it's made me realize it is a real craft, and it deserves a lot of attention.
Well, those are really great words, because again, I constantly go back to craft in these conversations that I have with actors and musicians. The like the joy, Deborah, of just putting this together and hearing those responses, and Rick as well. Just right there, that's just got to be worth it, just to hear how impactful we can be, when we bring opportunity that we've been able to create for ourselves, to other people. So, I mean, I want to thank you for doing that, because I think that is just the spirit of it is phenomenal. It's just absolutely wonderful to, seriously, Ellie has a 6-month contract.
We basically created a platform to help people to help themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I have to ponder that Ellie will have longer than a 6-month contract.
Oh, yeah.
Saying.
Deborah and I talked about that. Right.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure.
No question about that.
Just from what I gather, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a good bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I will say,
we did.
Go ahead, Deborah.
Sorry, I was just going to say, because who knew when we started just how amazing the talent was going to be. And of course, we didn't want to handcuff the poor agent into a long-term contract. So we thought 6 months. But I think Rose is right. I don't want to put words into Emma's mouth, but I'm quietly confident too. I'm agreeing with
awesome.
Rose on that one.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Chris Gales, good to see you, buddy. And by the way, Chris, we need to spend the evening together, just you and I hanging out, you singing to me. So
he's in Memphis. Are you in Memphis?
He's in Memphis. He is. Yeah. He's a fantastic
My husband's
musician.
from Memphis.
Hey, buddy. Yeah. Memphis is a great town. So let's see. First, anybody that, as I said, wants to do anything on here, let me know. But I really do want to kind of formally ask the 4 students to come back, see if we can wrangle your other 2 finalists, find a time, because Chris
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it was a shame the other 2 weren't able to make it today.
Yeah.
They were amazing.
Yeah, and so I definitely want to do a show. My biggest thing is trying to figure out, because Friso and Chris are, on the other side of the pond there. So, because I would like to do one for the it's funny. This goes worldwide, but I focus on specific parts of the world in terms of their prime time. So for North America here, South America, Central America, an evening where you guys would have to be up really freaking early, or stay up really late. So we can all talk about that. Stay in touch with me on IG. I want you guys to have another shot at getting to talk about this, and maybe we'll talk together and have some things prepared, and let's get another chance for everybody to kind of hear your voices, let you shine, and let people know what voiceover is about. I'd love to sometime too. Excuse me, is pair some new voiceover folks that are talented with some animators and see what you can throw together, and then bring it on the show and talk about the process and all that stuff. So, we'll do that on a big interview sometime too, if you want to. Deborah, anything you need, let me know. Anything I can do for you, please. I'm happy, to do it. I want to promote this for you next time it comes around. If you want to jump on and pre-promote it, you know what I mean? Whatever, I'm happy to help. And
well, I can say we had so much fun with the voiceover contest. We're actually starting another contest tomorrow for musical theatre.
Oh, wow.
Deborah,
wow.
You just don't stop. You are just a nut job. I don't know what to tell you, except for you need to go to bed once in a while.
She has found one of those ancient Grecian springs, and she's built her home over it. And that's, she's literally sucking the life out of all of us through this magical spring of water that she has in Greece. And I do want to say that, like, wow, you live in Greece, like, yeah, that's nice. Like, taxes are low. And,
well, I actually, my business is in the UK. I'm based out of Pinewood Studios. So I pay my taxes in the UK for my business, but then I also have to pay taxes in Greece as well. So I get it on both sides, but that aside, I love it here. I was do.
Just, because we have states where people will move in the United States that don't have a state tax, and everybody during COVID that could, so many people left the big cities, percentage wise, and like just bought little houses in these, little towns in Alabama or Kansas or whatever. So, Greece, that would be great. Who's, you in New York, Allie? I'm just doing time zones. And Ellie?
We're the same time zone, Ellie and I.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Eastern. Fantastic. So
yeah, I am too.
Excellent. So if anybody needs anything, I'm here for it. You want to start something here, I'm here for it. However I can help with the next competition, I'm here for it. Happy to do it. I cannot, again, say enough just how amazing everybody that put the effort into this is, and the kudos they get, because Ellie's freaking working in the business, that, like, what would she have done? Seriously, camped out, in front of somebody's house with doing a bunch of characters until the cops came to get your attention. So that's just fantastic. And we've got, obviously, we're wrapping it up, but anybody's got any parting words? Let's do it. And then we'll let you guys all get going, get your days completed or started, or wherever you are in the world.
I'd just like to say thank you for everyone taking part, because if you hadn't come up on stage and, put yourself out there, then we would have been sort of sat on stage just whistling the breeze, not knowing what to do with ourselves. But, we were blown away by the amount of talent. And, I know that Still Clouds didn't get through to the finals, but I still think she deserves a shout out, because, her audition in week 1 really did put the bar.
It was amazing.
Here.
She was great.
Still Clouds was the person I was listening to when I was getting my vaccine. So if it weren't for Still Clouds going up, I probably may or may not have auditioned. So she absolutely deserves a shout out.
But it's amazing how much of a butterfly effect this whole thing has been. You know, I think someone just that was in the semi-final just happened to come across our room and thought, oh, this sounds interesting, put his hand up and then wrote a script while he was waiting on stage. You know, it was just like amazing. We had so much fun, you know, as the team on stage. You know, on Clubhouse, you know, you have the chat where everyone discusses what's going on in stage behind what we call the back channel.
Mm-hmm.
And the panelists were just going crazy. Oh my God, did you just hear that? You know, so we enjoyed it so much. It's just been an absolute amazing journey. And I thank you all for, you know, coming along for the ride.
And also, on behalf of us, I want to say thank you, Deborah, for not just in me, but believing in us and supporting us in you know the manner in which you actually did it. You know, it's been a joy. You know, you've given us so much to think about, so much to work on, and we're doing it with a smile on our faces. So thank you.
I just want to congratulate the students too for what you all do. Listen, all of you from Friezo with the Dutch Voice Collective, the room that you've made, Ellie and Allie, the room that you two made, Chris with the voiceover and impressions. Listen, if no one lets you in the door, you make your own house, and you all have done that, and you're letting people in and just screaming as loud as you can. So keep doing that.
That's awesome, Rick.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Rose, do you have any parting words?
I mean, what Rick said is so true. Everybody, you know, needs to make their own content, and, you know, and you will bubble up, and, you know, find all the rest of you, find yourself some voiceover agents, because it's not as hard as it seems.
And I will, I will say that this broadcast will be, you know, it'll be viewed by a few people that, you know, there's a lot of people that watch these things or in Clubhouse and stuff. So be there, be everywhere, be ubiquitous, you know, let everybody know, you know, what you can do and how to do it. I love that idea too, Rose, about continuing, you know, to create content, make those vehicles that are just right for you and get them out there, and just continue to have fun. One of you said it, you know, Allie, maybe if it's not fun, man, it's hard. And I'm very lucky doing this, that I've done this, because it's a blast. So all of you can, I think you're all on desktops. So I'm going to end the show, but stay here backstage for a minute. We'll just talk real quick. And then anytime, like I said, you want to come back, listen, folks, go to scoochcase.com, buy a case, support those guys. You're supporting the show. You're supporting our overall mission. And honestly, a program like this, you know, it doesn't happen if I don't have the time to make the connections and get the folks up here. And, you know, it takes money to do this stuff. So support us in that way. Support us through the profile page. Everybody, thank you very much for being with us. This is fantastic. Hope to see all of you again soon. I will definitely hear all of you again soon, because I've got to drop into all your rooms and see what happens in there. So do me a favor, IG me your Clubhouse rooms. And wonderful, wonderful folks. Thank you. Everybody out in the chat, thanks for participating. Just love to all of you. And we'll see you soon. We're on tonight with Debbie Richards, 4-time Emmy award-winning film producer and director. That'll be a really fun show tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern time here in the U.S. Peace be with you, and namaste.